You're watching Study ODSG. Focused Microsoft Certification Practice. Real exam style questions. Clear answers. No distractions. Let's begin. A company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. You need to create a forecast in Dynamics 365 Sales so that the sales director will be able to predict upcoming sales revenue. Which standard record type is used to create the forecast? You manage a call center for a company that uses Dynamics 365 customer service. The call center's customer service manager wants to renew all expired entitlements. To increase the duration of entitlements from 6 months to 1 year. You need to help the customer service manager make the changes. Which status indicates that an entitlement must be renewed? A company uses Dynamics 365 Field Service. You create a work order from a case. A field service administrator schedules the work order. A technician arrives at the site of the work order and is ready to begin work on time. What is the status of the work order? A potential customer delays their decision to commit to a big multi-year contract. You want to find other colleagues who have interacted with the potential customer to discuss strategies. Which app should you recommend? A company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. The following groups of users must be able to perform specific activities with account data. You are a sales representative for a company. Which Dynamics 365 Sales can you use to manage the sales pipeline? You work as a technician and receive your work assignments by using cases in Dynamics 365 Sales. You need to review the timeline for a case that you are managing. Which type of activity appears in the case timeline? A company wants to be able to give quotes to customers from their parts list. You need to recommend a solution for the company. What should you recommend? A company plans to implement Dynamics 365 customer service. The company wants to use the system to determine when customers are having an issue and need help. You need to track customer issues until the issues are resolved. What should you create? An air conditioning company uses Dynamics 365 Field Service. When a problem is detected with a customer's air conditioning system, a new case must be opened automatically. You need to recommend a solution for the company. What should you recommend? A company uses Dynamics 365 Field Service. The maintenance manager wants to be able to add a list of questions to work orders to ensure that field technicians follow the same steps when servicing customer equipment. You need to explain to the manager which features are available to meet the requirement. Which feature should you use? You use Dynamics 365 Field Service. Each time a customer contacts a call center to request service, you plan to send a technician to the customer's location. You receive a service request and create a work order. You need to identify the next step in the process. What should you do next? You are the resource manager for an electrical contractor that uses Dynamics 365 project operations. You need to track information about electricians' qualifications. Professional licenses and certifications. Which attribute should you use? All employees at a company work 8 hours each day, Monday through Friday. A resource named Resource 1 has 40 hours available for a specific week. You need to schedule Resource 1 to work on a project during that week. The resource must work the hours detailed below. Which allocation method should you use? A company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. You need to analyze account data and create reports based on the analyses. Which solution should you use? You are a sales representative for a company that sells furniture. You collaborate with an engineering team and a design team to support customer proposals. The latest versions of all proposals must be available to both teams. Team members must be able to edit the proposals in real time. You need to attach a proposal to a customer record. Which mechanism should you use to attach the proposal? A company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. The company creates sales proposals as PDF documents. The company wants multiple users to access the latest version of a sales proposal. In Dynamics 365 Sales, users must be able to attach notes to the proposal. You need to recommend an app for the company. Which app should you recommend? You attend a trade show. A fellow attendee suggests that you implement Dynamics 365 Connected Customer Service. What is a valid use case for Dynamics 365 Connected Customer Service? A company uses Dynamics 365 Customer Service. The company plans to use support queues to organize and monitor the progress of cases. Customer support agents will select cases from queues in which they are members. Agents release case items if they are not able to continue working on a case. Which statement describes what happens when a case item is released from the queue? A customer needs a cost-effective sales solution that can display current news about a lead or an account. You recommend Microsoft Relationship Sales. Which two products are included in Microsoft Relationship Sales? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. A company organizes and runs conferences and other events. The company is considering using Dynamics 365 Marketing. The company wants to ensure that they can implement key marketing features without requiring any customizations. Which three capabilities does Dynamics 365 Marketing support? Using out-of-the-box functionality. Each correct answer presents part of the solution. A company is considering implementing products and the product catalog in Dynamics 365 Sales. Sales transactions can occur in multiple currencies. The company wants to manage exchange rates. You need to explain to the company how Dynamics 365 Sales handles currency. Which two statements describe how Dynamics 365 Sales handles currency? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. A company uses Dynamics 365 Customer Service. The Customer Service Department, for the retailer, hires temporary employees to work during peak seasons. Temporary employees take much longer to resolve cases than seasoned employees. You need to recommend features that will help employees find information needed to resolve cases. Which two options should you recommend? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. A company sells and services clothing washing machines and dryers. The company uses Dynamics 365 Field Service. You need to proactively monitor customers' equipment to identify problems and maintenance needs. Which two connected field service options can you use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. You have a chart that displays a summary of accounts by industry. You need a chart that displays the same data grouped by city. You must be able to access the chart at a later date. What are two possible ways to achieve this goal? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. A company integrates LinkedIn Campaign Manager with Dynamics 365 Marketing. Which two actions can the company perform using out-of-the-box features? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Which two components are included in Dynamics 365 Marketing? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Your company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. You need to prepare and send a quote to a customer. What are two possible ways to achieve the goal? Each correct selection is worth 1 point. You work for a job placement agency that uses Dynamics 365 Project Operations. A client needs an expert plumber to handle an emergency situation at their office. You need to identify an expert plumber for the client. What are two possible ways to achieve this goal? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. A company plans to implement Dynamics 365 Project Operations. Which two billing methods does Dynamics 365 Project Operations support? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. A company sells and services commercial refrigeration equipment. The company is implementing Dynamics 365 Project Operations. You need to ensure that you can select a service technician for an assignment that has the required expertise to address the equipment issues reported by a customer. Which two features should you use? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. A company plans to implement Dynamics 365 Sales. Which two out-of-the-box features can you use to capture leads? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. A company implements Dynamics 365 Sales. You need to recommend the features to implement that meet the following requirements. Display a landing page when a sales manager signs in that shows the pipeline, top leads, open opportunities, and won opportunities. Display an interactive list that allows sales representatives to see details for their accounts, including the name, address, phone number, contact, and last contact date for the account. Allow sorting by any column. Which features should you recommend? Match the appropriate feature to the correct requirement. Each feature may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company implements Dynamics 365 Sales. Users are unsure how to perform various tasks. You need to recommend features to help the company configure the system. What should you recommend? Match the appropriate feature to the correct requirement. Each feature may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You are designing reports for a pharmacy. The pharmacy uses Dynamics 365 Sales. Match the appropriate tool to the requirement. Each tool may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company manufactures environmental sensors that can be monitored remotely. Match the appropriate component to its definition. Each component may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company plans to implement Dynamics 365 Customer Service. Dynamics 365 Customer Service uses terminology that is different than what the existing customer service solution uses. You need to create a glossary for employees. Match each item to its definition. Each item may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company is implementing Dynamics 365 Customer Service. The company wants to enable chat and SMS channels for customers. The company also wants to implement knowledge articles to support resolution of common issues. You need to recommend which apps the company should implement. Which app should you recommend? Match the appropriate app to the correct feature. Each app may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company is implementing Dynamics 365 Customer Service. You need to recommend features that will meet the requirements. Which features should you recommend? Match the appropriate feature to the correct requirement. Each feature may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company uses Dynamics 365 Customer Service. You need to recommend solutions to help the company meet the following business requirements. Detect and diagnose equipment problems before customers are aware of an issue. Create cases from social channels and SMS text messages. Use context-specific knowledge articles to solve customer issues quickly. What should you recommend? Match the appropriate solution to the correct task. Each solution may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company has a Dynamics 365 sales implementation. The company wants to perform the following activities. View LinkedIn information from within Dynamics 365 Sales. Validate Dynamics 365 Sales data by using data from LinkedIn. Which products should you use to perform each task? Match the appropriate product to the correct task. Each product may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You need to export data for each group of users. Which export options should you recommend? Match the appropriate export option to the correct user group. Each export option may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company plans to implement Dynamics 365 Sales with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You need to determine the controls that you should implement. Which controls should you use? Match the appropriate solution to the correct requirement. Each solution may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company uses Dynamics 365 marketing. Marketing team members must be able to group related customers for campaigns, market research, and surveys. What should you recommend? Match the appropriate solution to the correct requirement. Each solution may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. The company plans to use Dynamics 365 Sales Insights. You need to recommend features that meet the requirements. Which feature should you recommend? Match the appropriate solution to the correct requirement. Each solution may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Match the appropriate product to the correct feature. Each product may be used once, more than once, or not at all. A customer purchases Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 Sales. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. A company plans to implement Dynamics 365 Field Service. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. You plan to implement Dynamics 365 Customer Service. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. A customer plans to use knowledge articles to share information as cases are resolved. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. A company plans to implement the omnichannel for customer service. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. A company plans to implement Dynamics 365 Sales to manage sales pipelines. For each of the following features, select yes if the feature is available. Otherwise, select no. A company plans to implement Dynamics 365 Marketing. For each of the following features, select yes if the feature is available. Otherwise, select no. Which features are available in Dynamics 365 Marketing? For each of the following features, select yes if the feature is available. Otherwise, select no. A company plans to implement Dynamics 365 Customer Voice. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. A company is using several Dynamics 365 applications. A customer sends an email about an issue they are having with a product during a company holiday. The customer expects a response in 48 business hours, in accordance with their service level agreement, SLA. You need to configure the system to ensure that the company meets SLA agreements. Which products should you use? To answer, select the appropriate solution for each requirement. A company provides roadside assistance for disabled automobiles. The company enacts a policy that specifies a 30-minute response time for all requests for assistance. You need to ensure that data about assistance crew response times is captured correctly. For what type of object should you define details? 2. Answer. Select the appropriate solution for the requirement. A company plans to implement new support software. You need to recommend solutions for the company. 2. Answer. Select the appropriate solution for each requirement. You are evaluating Dynamics 365 Sales as a potential replacement for your company's existing sales system. What is a lead? 2. Answer. Select the appropriate solution for this requirement. You are a sales manager working for a paper manufacturer. You need to create customers in Dynamics 365 Sales and attach the customer's contract to the customer record as a PDF file. Which record type should you use? 2. Answer. Select the appropriate record type for each requirement. A company has implemented Dynamics 365 Marketing. You need to implement apps to meet the company's business requirements. Which app should you use? 2. Answer. Select the appropriate app for each scenario. A company plans to synchronize LinkedIn Campaign Manager with Dynamics 365 Marketing to determine who is looking at their LinkedIn advertisements. What happens during synchronization? 2. Answer. Select the appropriate phrase for this scenario. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your exam. Looking forward to prepare with you again.